Because that GoPro will be a lot better quality than the camera on the MacBook.
We started 10 minutes early. I said fuck it.
Oh, okay. Salute.
So we did start. I got Jaooo here. He's definitely an executive, one of the executive producers, at least on this show as of right now, given that he produces the into the track.
Yeah.
And he could definitely kick it, jump on and off whenever he wants, because he's part of the family, So that's why he's here right now. Right now we have BRUUS. BRUUS is probably one of the most creative artists I've ever met. Really good dude. Listen to his music is very it's hard and inspirational at the same time. Not a lot of people know how to do that. Which is why I fuck with him heavy. He's actually here today with the ops, and we do have a few of the ops lingering around the pod. And as we're ready to bring them up, we will bring them up and chop it up, say what's up and all that. Give me 1 second. And but yeah, I mean, we were just talking about how I was tripping out because I watched this show and I can't even remember the fucking show name, but it's this Asian descent dude where he travels the world, right? And he looks for ancient cities all across the world. And I guess there's some cities that are under places where he can't get to. So for example, if you were flying over, say, the Amazon basin and you see all the trees, excuse me, people, and you see all the trees, right? Hold on, Jordan just sent me a picture. Let me see what's going on. Maybe he's having some technical difficulties. Yep, I gotta make it public. I don't know how to, with the lives, when I put them through here, it doesn't automatically go public. Let me go do that real quick. That should be driving me crazy. I gotta figure out. By the next podcast, I gotta figure that out. I'm sorry. This is the last time I'm gonna do this to y'all. Interrupting the podcast for some bullshit. Where are we at? Here it happens, man. Yeah, it's all we growing. And that's why whoever's watching, you watching me grow. And I appreciate it. And if you take the time, we dropped 2 more episodes before this. If your first time watching it, watch the first episode. My homie Quality was able to make a beat live on the podcast, and the homie Jaooo wrote to it. And today we're gonna show what that song is. But anyway, back to it. It should be shareable now. You should be good to go. Yeah. So anyway, so they use this next technology called the LiDAR sensor, right? So when you flying over the Amazon basin, and they can record using this LiDAR sensor, and what it does is it shoots, I guess it shoots millions and billions, I'm still doing research on it, of lasers towards the trees and back at it, so you can get basically a 3D model of what you just flew over, right?
Everything that light can capture, pretty much
everything that light could capture in a weird way, right? So like to use the technology.
What's the term for that? My bad. Then what's the term for that shit?
What?
The unit they use to measure that shit, like measure light.
Light years?
No. Like you know how we got atoms and
right.
protons, electrons,
like measurement, like how fast light gets from A to B.
Phasons or some goof ass shit like that. I don't know, bro.
Hey, this ain't a science podcast.
Hey.
This ain't the podcast trying to get some science shit. No, but to use the technology on an everyday scale, imagine going into a room and using this LiDAR sensor, and this is what it does. It records the room and it turns it into a 3D model. So if you were a realtor, you could see like what this room would look like if you would break down this wall or whatever it may be. What's cool, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because apparently the iPhone 12s are supposed to have a LiDAR sensor, and that's just supposed to be.
And
imagine that, bro.
If that shit is for public use, it's kind of like, how long y'all niggas been holding on to that shit? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, that's wild. That's wild.
But I'm thinking next level as the technology grows. Like, like I was telling you even before we even got live, of how, like, imagine a police shooting or any crime scene that's recorded. You're basically getting a 3D model of that if you can record in LiDAR. Now, I don't know if this is exactly how the technology is going to work on the iPhone 12, but that shit, like just that technology and the idea that there's something like that out there right now is kind of just insane to me,
Yeah, facts.
So,
Nice.
but yeah, man, we got you, Bruce, here, and I'm sorry I bored y'all with the with the technology shit, but I
Nah,
don't know,
niggas
that's
gotta
good.
be up on shit, man.
Man, that
Niggas gotta
shit is
be up on
crazy to
shit.
me, yo. Like
Being
I'm
aware is being alive.
who you telling, man? That shit, it just seems like a fun new tool, you know. It seems like the new
Mhm.
picture, the new video. You know what I'm saying? It seems like
Mhm.
I don't know. But anyway, we got Bruce here. Bruce is here with the ops, you know.
The Wolf God, you know.
I
If you didn't know.
gotta get the gunshots and the explosions and shit. Next podcast, I'm gonna have that for y'all.
Beep, 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 beep,
You
beep,
know,
beep.
I had it for the radio, but like I gotta figure out a more efficient way to do it. But anyway, so
Yeah.
how you doing, man?
Man, bro, I've been busy. I'm doing
Busy.
good though.
I like that. Busy doing what?
Man, got a lot of ventures popping, man. Just had a huge hand in creating this new collective of, upstanding individuals first and foremost,
Yeah.
and then secondly, very talented individuals. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? And it's called the Ops.
the ops.
OPS stands for Oppressed People Syndrome. Only player shit. You know what I'm saying? The official power structure.
The
You
official
feel me?
power structure. I like that. That's just hard.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
There you go. So is it just a rap group? Is it I mean, are all y'all like what does everybody do? What do the roles look like?
Well, everybody in it is a creative
Okay.
and like an immense creative. And most of us, there's 8 of us so far. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Juno just got
And
shout out to Juno.
yeah, and we're the founding members of this congregation. You know, all praises to the honorable chancellor. You
You did?
did. Um, but all of us have multiple talents. You know what I mean? Um, as far as the roles are doled out, we operate by committee. You know what I mean? So there is no like one head of anything type of
Mm.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we operate like a board of directors. You feel what I'm
What's the
saying?
narrative? What's the goal?
Well, the goal is to not only just change this shit in Chicago, and what I mean by this shit is the lack of industry in Chicago, the lack of proper
Man,
representation of our city, both creatively and in business, in the industry as a whole.
let's dive deep into that. Like
Let's go.
what's your current perspective of that?
Chicago, we could buy everything, but we can't sell shit. Like, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. We
Bars.
buyers and not sellers.
That's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? We want the guns, but Chicago niggas love butter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a big reason why the culture that we have, like Chicago motherfuckers don't like each other, but we like each other when we know we don't like each other, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And what that does is it creates divisiveness. You know what I'm saying? And one of the goals of the ops is to kind of kill that shit.
Yeah.
If the kids and the youth and the creatives in this city are able to see a bunch of people that's from the city, born and bred from the city, come together and be successful on all levels.
Mm-hmm.
Because niggas ain't just trying to be, rap stars, even though that's part of the goal, or the biggest producer or fashion designer. We want to cover entertainment industry in general.
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with creativity. And we want to show niggas this is how you do that shit.
Yeah. I know man, it's crazy because like we were just talking about this the last episode, and it's just like I'm not the only one that feels this way. You're not the only one that feels this way. There's hundreds of kids in Chicago that don't get the opportunity that they deserve based off of the current infrastructure in the city, you know?
Which is a lack thereof. Say
Which is
what's up to Mike Terra.
what up, my boy?
Gang, gang.
Gang, how you feeling?
Man, excellent.
Good. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, just the current infrastructure just doesn't fit the artist, right?
Because there is no infrastructure.
Exactly. We're kind
The
of looked
only
as
infrastructure
we're
it
looked at
is,
cherry picking ground. We're just a cherry.
yeah, exactly. And that right there is one common belief that we at the ops strongly adhere to. Like we all agree that shit needs to change
So
in a major way.
So let's talk about steps. What are the steps?
Well, first of all, we are establishing ourselves as a brand first and foremost.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? In order to get anybody to fuck with you, they got to see what the brand is about.
You got to be influential to influence. Did I say that right?
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
I feel that. Sure. And that's a lot of what we're doing over here at By the Block. We really want to create quality. We want to create good content. We want to create long content that people can digest and really understand. And but right now we're really focusing on brand, you know.
Right.
A lot of the reason why we have the merchandise, why we have the podcast, why we have the artists that we manage, why we have, you know, even some of the films that we're starting to work on now. It's you know, we're working on brand before all.
You have to, man. You have to. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, Chicago niggas, we make the best product, but we don't make the best merchants.
Yeah, for sure.
We make the best customers, but we don't make the best merchants. The fact that we the third largest motherfucking market in the country and don't have an office here of any label is ridiculous as fuck, bro.
Man, you know I just said that this last podcast. You could go to New York and go down Broadway and be like, yo, that's Bad Boy. Puffy probably up there. You can go down to the Rock Nation office. Oh, that's the Rock Nation office. Hov probably up there. Like, there's nowhere in the city that you can do that within our culture. Like, I'm sure there's Black-owned businesses. I'm sure you can jump on the comments and say all types of things about how there's Black-owned businesses, but we're talking about Black influential businesses. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Black businesses and brown businesses that are that influence the culture, right? Not just right.
And you know what? You can't even knock the independent small business owners either because they contributed.
Yeah.
You feel me? But the problem is they too scarce.
Yeah.
It's like what can you do? If I'm a small business and I can only afford to have 7 employees, well, yes, I've created opportunities for 7 people, but for us to produce as much culture as we do, and for it to seem like it ain't enough money or opportunity, like that's crazy. And truthfully, as much as it is, you know, the culture of our city, and you know, other motherfuckers getting a foot in here as far as the merchant side I was just talking about, it's a lot of the players that's here too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't doing that yet. Not yet. But it's the truth though. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like being on the inside of this shit, you get to see what's real.
And you know what's funny?
Smoke and mirrors, you know what I mean?
You know what's funny? We'll see it in real time. Me and you have seen it in real time, haven't we? We have seen it in real time.
Facts.
That was a funny day. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm still you know what I'm saying, got a little cough. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm quarantined in the studio by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Anyway, let's dive a little bit more into what you got going on as far as the ops. I mean, like you guys sound like the new Wu-Tang. Y'all sound like Chicago's Wu-Tang. And I know this because I know did a little research, you know what I'm saying, listening to some of you guys' music, and like it's not like you guys are weak. This isn't something that's like a bunch of friends that are just saying we want to be rappers. These are people who are actually rappers that are actually coming together and trying to create some sort of change, you know, as far as influence, as far as influence, right? I always believe that, like, I love Sosa. I love, you know what I'm saying, but there has to be that dynamic between, you know, Sosa.
See, the thing that,
you know, there has to be dynamic.
Here's the thing, right? I'm gonna put it to you like this. No one person in the ops is one-dimensional.
Right.
You feel me? Myself.
And you're saying as far as creatively, right? As far as
creatively. The only thing, truthfully, besides talent, the one thing we all have in common is strong character and integrity.
Right.
Because like every person in the ops has been in compromising situations regarding their career. You know what I mean? And didn't fold. And that was one of the things that kind of bonded us together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Truthfully, the idea of the ops came from Mike Terror. You see what I'm saying?
Where you at, Mike?
I'm right here. Tell it.
How you feeling, Mike?
Man, I'm excellent.
Let me hear your perspective.
Pretty much, like I said, with the ops, just to kind of elaborate on what he was talking about, like we really want to be that building in Chicago that you was talking about.
Right.
And the reality of the situation is actually seeing the gold mine that we sitting in. Like, I look at it as a positive that ain't nobody did it yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, I can fucking put a flag down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So
it's all uncharted territory. You know what I'm saying?
Like we in the Wild West. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna build my saloon right here.
Look at me, I'm
saying?
Right now.
Yeah, right. And we gonna get this fucking money. Like, but yeah, that's pretty much what the ops is about, man. Just motherfucking, and also just like the people that I've encountered in the past are a lot of people here. They've been more of a, like you were talking about cherry picking earlier, and just a lot of people coming here and kind of raping people essentially.
Yeah,
you know what
and
I'm saying?
that's the shit.
They definitely raping pillage our flow. Like, listen, I love the New York drill movement. Pop Smoke, I love all of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Man, hey, you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what?
Interview where he said that he was saying that they invented drill, and it's just like, y'all just can't keep doing that to us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just cannot keep doing that to us.
I'm actually personally addressing that shit as well, because I don't feel them niggas dropping the rakes or none of that shit. Like,
nah,
all of that shit, they gotta stop that shit now.
That shit is over with.
We stopping that shit.
That shit over with.
That's dead.
And I want to make it clear, right? I want to make it clear to the people watching. You know what I mean? The ops, first of all, calling yourself the ops is attention grabbing, because what do you think when you got an op? It insights is feeling inside of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We letting people know that we are those people that's gonna incite that energy out of you, but we ain't on no negative shit.
Yeah.
Now, just because we ain't on no negative shit don't mean that we ain't for some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we not for the fuck shit whatsoever.
He said, J. Cole's like, ain't the hardest man in the land but a grown-ass man, and I will step to ya. You know? Like, what's the problem? You know? I'm not the hardest man, but I'm at least, you know what I'm saying? You're not just going to get over.
And you ain't finna do just anything. Niggas ain't going. We ain't drawing off that shit. That's over.
Also, what the ops is too is like, okay, like mainstream media is essentially white perspective.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we're building,
or what they let.
Right. We're building the opposing to that. So we are the ops, because what you see as mainstream.
That's another meaning for
you know
ops.
What I'm saying?
Opposing perspective.
Like, we're opposing their perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that's how y'all feel about it. This is how we feel about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And if we taking that stance and we standing firm in that shit.
Yeah.
So think of it as like the Woo meets ASAP meets Black Twitter.
Meets Black Twitter.
Yeah. Keep it a buck.
We are the alternative culture. We are.
You know what needs to come back too, though? Like, just that whole like what Ye used to do, like the comedy rap. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I like that you said Black Twitter. You know, that comedy rap really needs to come back and be a little bit more, you know.
Hey man, you ain't hear from me, but there are some people that within this vicinity who've
been talking about me.
who've given Ye some certain sauce in his recipes that he otherwise would not have.
Yeah.
Man, I know what you're talking about. And that man is We gonna talk about
Men.
something else. We gonna talk
That
about
man, those men.
those men. Oh, okay, I got you.
Those men, yeah.
I mean, everything I do is from a humorous perspective, anyways.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
you know,
1,000%.
like
Anyway,
you gotta laugh to stop from crying.
that's
So,
the truth.
Right.
That's the
you
truth.
know,
And that's why
right.
comedy is so,
Important.
you know.
Because it's a raw, unfiltered form of expression, and we plan to do that. We plan to bring that. You know what I mean? Be the unfiltered voice of motherfuckers who are actually out here living and understand our culture. And by our culture, I mean Chicago, how we see the world. You know what I mean? Through the Woo, you understood how they saw New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through Dog Pound and all these other niggas, No Limit and Cash Money and shit, you saw how they saw the world through their perspective. But it has not been one collective that has accurately like depicted and on all angles. You know what I mean? From the goons, the street shit, the working man, the nigga that just live in the hood, the nigga to go to school, all that. You know what I mean?
Depicted and collected the fucking money.
Facts.
For the shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because you got people that I'll give a lot of artists credit for having depicted it, but they weren't able to
capitalize off it.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't put a flag down in the land.
Exactly.
Yeah, we putting a flag down in the land.
Exactly.
That's
like Chicago found its initial identity on accident, to be real. You know, with Keith Nim, Keith Dirk, Reese, Chop, like it was a sound that changed world culture, the world, you know what I mean? But that shit, who the fuck made the bread from it?
Not us, and that's for damn sure. And that's really what the key is as far as changing this city. Is bringing economy to the city. You get what I'm saying? Right. As much as we could talk about influence and what motherfuckers, Kanye is probably one of the biggest influencers in the world, and he's from Chicago. And guess what? There's not a fucking good music building in Chicago. You get what I'm saying? So like, it's about bringing economy to the city. People want to be able to spend their money in this city, and they can't. Why? Because for one, most hip hop artists can't really perform out here because none of the venues trust us. So in order to bring economy to the city, we have to bring trust. We got to get trust from the venues. You know what I'm saying?
And the way to bring that is to bring a certain sense of business and a certain sense of
and if we do that, if we do that, the government has no choice but to respect us because we're bringing in economy. But that's not gonna work if every time we throw a show, motherfuckers gonna get shot right outside. That's not gonna help if we throw a show and we got shit.
But we can't control that.
That's the thing too, is that if you you gotta be the right nigga. When you put a flag down, you gotta be the right nigga putting the flag down.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly. It gotta be the right person who's gonna be respected.
Right.
Like,
exactly. And we have a collective of that type of respect.
So let's talk a little bit more about that, right? And let's talk about these projects, right? So Mike, what's up with the Rona? Where we at with it? Is it dropping? What's going on?
The Rona it will be completely recorded the end of this week. And the Rona is just it's gonna be the first true offering from the ops as a whole. Like it's my project, but it's like it's our chronic.
Executive produced by the ops.
Yeah. And everybody's got a feature on it. And it's just very reflective of the times that we in right now. Like it was made like right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it smells like right now.
And the beautiful thing about it is this. In the ops, stylistically, all of us are different. You know what I mean? If we talking about sonically, stylistically, you know what I mean? So his project is going to be the first one where we hear from the collective, you know what I'm saying, on his particular sound bed. You know what I mean? You feel me? Like, remember I was, I think before we went live, like I told you, we run by committee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
what does that entail?
Okay, so you have everything like a normal label or, you know, any business would have. You know what I mean? You got to create the product. We can do that here. We got to create the content that supports the product. We can do that. We got to advertise the product, all that shit. And there's a lot of little nuances. Like one of my roles is A&R and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I hear things, my ear has to be sharp. I gotta listen out for shit. Also, I'll be, I engineer the shit. You know what I'm saying? So when Fool is recording, I'm gonna be right there.
So it sounds like you got a lot of knowledge, man. But so your last project was Maybe Now You'll Listen. It sounds like there's a little bit of like resentment within just the culture in general, where it seems like you've been trying to talk more about that.
So Maybe Now You'll Listen was basically what that was like, okay, when it finally hit home that motherfuckers is finna be sitting down, always that first week is always rough as hell. Like, damn, man, I want to go outside and all that shit. And then when you realize you got to sit your ass at the crib, I came to a realization, and me and him was chopping it up. And we be like, yo, this is the perfect time to drop shit on niggas' heads.
Yeah.
Niggas is in their phones. Niggas is on their computers. Niggas is watching TV. Niggas is doing anything to entertain themselves right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Maybe Now You'll Listen was just a sarcastic, okay, you was doing this, you were jumping to this, you were jumping to this. Maybe now you'll listen.
Yeah.
And it's like a double entendre. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a big believer in nature and balance, life needing balance and shit. And you know what I'm saying? So human beings fuck the earth up. We do all type of reckless shit, and the earth is healing itself right now.
So I'm just getting it, and I don't know if this is conscious or not. So yours is Maybe You'll Stay at Home. Maybe You'll Listen, sorry. Mike's is the Rona, and Maverick's is Stay at Home.
Yep.
I caught that. I caught that.
Yep.
I caught that. Maverick, where you at? Where you at? Let me see. Boom. How you feeling, Matt?
What's the word, yo?
How you feeling? How you feeling, Maverick?
The boy.
So, what's this about? Stay at home. Let's talk more about it. What's your intent? Is it more so for inspiration for people? Where are you going with it? How are you trying to inspire people?
Stay at home is first of all, I'm Maverick Jawan, MC, producer, Northside representative, the North Pole guy himself. Currently on staycation in LA. That's why I reside for now. Been out here for a couple years, but to talk about the project, I haven't. I had similar idea that BRUUS had. You know what I mean? People are at home. You know what I mean? I was in the studio cooking up, making all of this music, and it's like, why not put out a project? You know what I'm saying? Not an entire body of work, but something like to stimulate the people. You know what I mean? 7 joints, all produced by myself. It felt good to do it. You know what I mean? Been getting a lot of good feedback, and primarily is like BRUUS said, is because everybody's at home right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everybody's in the crib, so it gives people it gives you as an artist a fair listen, because we live in a day and age where people's attention spans are very short.
Everybody got somewhere to go,
and everybody's busy. You know what I mean? So we in a fortunate time for creators to take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing. That's the thing where like a lot of people don't understand. And I bite this quote from Joe Budden, but creators are gonna create. You feel me? Like,
period.
Right.
When you're a creative, it doesn't take a quarantine to stop you. You know what I'm saying? It don't take like a creator.
This is the best shit that could have happened, to be honest. Not to cut you off, Noel, but
no, I agree.
This is the best shit that could have happened, because what it does is it puts everybody on a level playing field, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because what you can do now, you can hone the shit you ain't had time to do before. You can now hone your shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can hone your shit. You could challenge yourself. You could draw off shit. Mm-hmm. This is times like these show who's really made it what. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm so proud to say that this nigga is gang and Mav is gang, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm proud of that shit because niggas is cut from the same pedigree. You know what I mean?
It's hard to find one person like that, let alone a multitude.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
I think it's just hard to segue what y'all saying. It's hard to find people who ain't on the ego shit. You know what I mean? People who just want to create, get together collectively.
Do what's best for the song.
What you do, you respect what I do. It's very hard, especially at this day and age where the internet has made everybody an instant entertainer. You know what I mean? Whether you're a comedian, rapper, producer, is spawned so many, and it's not to knock those people, you know what I mean? But it's the internet has gave people a platform to, and I don't really know how to say this, but people who don't necessarily have an acquired skill set, they don't necessarily respect the craft.
Anybody could grab a computer and a mic and go crazy.
Yeah, you
I
know what I
got
mean?
YouTube University.
Here's the thing, though. Like, here's the thing, though. Although, like, it's like, I think what's happening now is that people are understanding that they can sell energy now. It's not necessarily selling lyrics. Like
Personalities.
hip hop is beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Because it can do that. Like, as much as we want to rap and be lyricists, I mean, think about it like this, right? This is how everybody hates on the clout rappers and shit like that, or the mumble rappers, whatever you want to fucking call them. But you gotta think about it like this: when rock and roll was out, you think motherfuckers was fucking with punk music? You know what I'm saying? They thought punk music was trash. They wasn't fucking with that. So I look at our clout rappers as that's our punk crowd. You know what I'm saying? They do the pink, the fingernail shit. They do the different hair. They do like that's just what it is. And sometimes you just gotta embrace it because it's here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just watched NLE Choppa over at Metro, the show that we did over All-Star Weekend. You know what I'm saying? Literally encapsulate a crowd over energy. Like, it wasn't lyrics. You know what I'm saying? We had 1,200 people there.
Yeah, we got Walker to thank for that.
You know, exactly. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
And it's beautiful. But the thing is here's something else that's also happened, bro. You get to looking at these charts, right? One thing has happened, especially probably in the 2010s, was that hip hop low-key had probably been the #1 music in the world, but now the charts completely reflect it. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like the rock music, yeah, that's cool. Guitars and all that shit is cool, but then you add lower frequencies like 808s and shit like that, and you add listen, black music has always had one thing that, frankly, everybody else had to copy, and that's called rhythm. You see what I'm saying? And so that energy gonna come from that. These shorties is Lil Uzi and them. All they is rock stars to do trap shit.
Exactly.
I got a theory.
That's why Post Malone winning.
Yep.
I got a theory on it. You know how rock is broken down into subgenres?
Exactly.
Like, you got classic, you got hard,
exactly.
you got punk. Hip hop has to be, in order to stop the argument and the older guys and the younger guys from being at it with each other, you have to, like,
that's the terminology I was trying to. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That will hopefully help, because I'm of age, but I don't care with not that I don't care. Well, let me reword that. I'm not mad at what the young people are doing.
It's okay to not care.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, it's okay to
the energy that they bring.
It's okay to feel how you feel. Fuck them.
Yeah. See, the thing about now too is we don't watch Martin at 7:00 on Thursday. We watch Martin whenever the fuck we feel like it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how, like, we not really fed anything we don't want anymore. Like, you find your tribe, and that's your fucking people that fuck with you. Like, it's artists I see all the time. Motherfucker got 100 million followers. I never heard of the motherfucker.
Exactly.
Because I'm not that type of motherfucker. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, that dude. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, so, those nerds fuck with him. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And I got motherfuckers that fuck with my type of shit. Like, everybody can find their own tribe now. Like, right. And that you don't get lost in this shit no more. Like, I'm gonna find my fucking algorithm tribe, and that's who we rocking with. You know what I'm saying?
And what I think that y'all do really well is create a dynamic crowd, right? And the next person I'm about to bring in, he left. Where'd he go? Where'd bro go? Where'd Juno go? Oh, he left. He just left. Juno, and I'll do a quick little intro. See if he jumps back on. Juno is a Hispanic artist. Am I right?
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
Hispanic artist, right? And
Boricua.
Boricua, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Shout out to the gang, you know?
No, for real.
Yeah, for real. And that's exactly what I was
yeah,
gonna
he's
talk
Puerto
about.
Rican, Dominican,
Right.
motherfucking
And that's
low
exactly what I
key
was gonna
sex
talk about.
symbol type nigga. But he'll wrap motherfucking circles around your ass and beat your ass because we got a certain pedigree. You feel me?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's about being dynamic, right? And given that the Latino movement is coming so strong right now, and how prevalent it is, how big Bad Bunny is in among many artists, right? And the fact that he's doing as well as he's doing is actually pretty dope. And I wish he was here so I could talk to him a little bit more about it and talk about how he feels about his perspective of where he's coming from as a Hispanic artist, but he doesn't seem to be here.
No, I'm already hollering at him, bro. You know I stay double phoned up, bro.
All right, for sure, for
You
sure.
feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, let's talk a little bit more about it. So, Chicago in 5 years, where do you see it? Given that it's starting to become a mecca, do you believe that heavy steppers? Do you believe that heavy steppers will be the next Migos? Do you believe that people like Femdot are gonna be the next J. Cole's out of the city? Or you get what I'm
I
saying?
know the ops gonna be running this motherfucker in 5
Period.
years.
Hey, that's true too.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Period.
I've been
And
in
I'm gonna break.
Here we
I'll
go.
break down
Right
why-
here.
Everybody you named is the homies too. You know what I'm saying?
Juno in the
Yep.
cut.
Yes, sir.
What up?
Our brother Juno.
Can you hear us?
All praise.
All praises.
I-
Hold on, his picture freezing.
Yeah, it looks like he's frozen.
He on that Teddy Riley shit.
My shit, yeah, my shit trash. My signal sucks.
Oh, okay. We're gonna try to chop it up with you if we can't. Let's get you to find some better signal because I don't want to keep chopping it up and repeating and yelling and shit. You know what I'm saying? So let me
Get your signal in order, broski.
we're gonna get you right back in.
All right.
But
Yeah. But yeah, though, listen, the ops is gonna be the forerunner. We're the trendsetter because we thinking in a trend-setting fashion. We're not trying to copy niggas. We got a plan, and the plan only gets more detailed and more detailed each day. We have very stand-up, you know, people who are running this shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like we're all very stand-up guys and gals. We only got one gal. Her name's Mel. She's gonna be crazy. She's the first lady of the ops. You know what I'm saying?
we gotta
And-
link her with King Mother.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Actually, Mel is on my project. On Maybe Now You'll Listen. We did a record called What If.
Okay, for sure. I'm
You
definitely.
know what I mean? And it's a very dope record. It's kind of like a quarantine love song.
Okay.
Pretty much the niggas that are in the crib mad as hell because they fucked up with their bitch and then they got put on quarantine. So now they can't talk to their girl. And then they realize that that chick is everything they needed and all that shit. So Mel, I'm talking like I'm the nigga that's all in his feelings. And then Mel comes in and she gives like the most exquisite female perspective that you could get. You know
They
what I
need
mean?
a video, man. They need a video.
Oh, that's coming.
Let's
That's
do it.
coming.
Do
That's
it.
coming. This nigga wrote the treatment.
For sure. There we go.
You
Man,
feel me?
so just on that note, just to hear all the positivity because we're becoming stretched for time. Man, I just want to give you the biggest bigs ups. You know, you guys are welcome in the studio at any time. After this, grab all of my lines from Bruce. Let's chop it up. Like even if it's just plotting, like I don't mind sitting in the meetings and helping and shit like that. Just hit me up whenever you need me. All right.
Man, love, bro.
Any
Appreciate the platform.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? All praises to the honorable chancellor. You dig?
All praise.
And follow us on Instagram. We all got our individual pages, but Instagram is where you'll be able to meet the ops pretty much.
yep. And I'm
And
gonna
it-
re-edit the description so I can have all your tags on there too. So shoot them to me as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. We the other side is at We the Other Side. WETHEOTHASIDE. We the Other Side on Instagram. and you'll be able to fuck with us. Whoever, you know what I mean, whoever music you like all our music, just follow us, see what we doing, because this ain't no one-dimensional shit. You know what I mean? We are here to change culture, period.
That's
like, that is it.
by the block. You feel me?
You feel me?
That's what we
You
hear.
feel me?
We trying to
You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
anything, Maverick? Anything else, Mike?
No, I appreciate you having me, man, and best of luck with this. Now that I'm in tune with what you're doing, how often do you do your podcast so I can tune in?
God bless. I do it about 2 to 3 times a week. We have this segment, if you stick around, called Into the Track. I have one of my producers, Jaooo. He producer as in he produces the show. Jaooo, he's a rapper, and what it is we have another person that's gonna jump on after this. And if you stick around, named Quality. And he last episode he made a beat live while we were doing the podcast. Jaooo then wrote to it. They actually wrote and recorded the song. And then we're gonna drop it right now after you guys get off of it. So every week we're gonna be doing that every week with a new producer and a new artist. So I already told BRUUS, if you guys want to be in the lineup, let's schedule something. Let's make it happen. We're trying to bring artists and producers together during this quarantine. We're still gonna work. We're still gonna make music. We're still gonna make money. You feel me? So if there's any other shout outs that you guys want to do, we're gonna jump right into the segment.
Gotta shout out the rest of the gang. You feel me? DJ Earn Money. Shout out to Mel. Shout out to Jesus Peace. Shout out to Zone 6 Vibes. Juno's trash. Juno's signal is trash. That's what he texted me.
Yeah, so what we gonna do? I want Juno to jump back.
Shout out to Doe too.
Yeah,
shout out to bro.
For sure. Doe from the motherfucking Go. He's
Yeah.
the reason why we even met. You know what I'm saying? That's big.
Facts.
Bro. If you haven't watched
Facts.
the BTB pod, he jumped on the first episode with me. That episode is going crazy right now on the tube, on Facebook, on everywhere. Like, it's just getting lit up. Really good insight as far as if you're an upcoming artist. That's a good place to start if you're trying to be an upcoming artist. So shout out to Doe for the Go.
And low key, you know, those a member of the ops too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Uncle John.
Uncle John.
Yeah, Juno is here. We just gonna say what's up to him. But
yeah, bring him in.
Next segment. What up, Juno?
Way better.
What up, Juno?
Yeah, I know my fucking phone is trash. What up, yo?
Yeah, so this is what we're gonna do, Juno. We're gonna have you on. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna get you in the next podcast. I do want to talk to you because I'm Puerto Rican myself, right? And let's talk about a little bit of being Hispanic in the industry and things like that. I want to get you. I want to have like a whole talk with you about that next episode. So we'll just do it straight like that. Once again, I love y'all. We're gonna move into the next segment. Thank you guys for coming through. All right.
Love.
All right. So now we about to grab the big bro, the fam,
Yo,
call it Ayooo Jaooo.
Shannon,
We got the boy Quality in the motherfucking building.
what's good?
So we here. We made it. We're finishing the first motherfucking segment
Let's go.
to the track. It's so exciting. Yo, so like before we even play the song,
Okay.
let's talk a little bit about like just how you guys felt about the process. Was it fun? Do you feel like it's something that artists can really enjoy doing and networking with new producers and things like that? Or
Oh yeah, most definitely. Especially when it's become this smooth of a process when we just literally did it in 2 days without any issues at all, you know.
yeah, right.
Stuff like that can just come out in a snap, you know. You never know.
That's
What-
rare, man.
What that means is that we need, and not to toot my own horn in any manner, but we need MCs and we need artists that are that dedicated to their craft, you know, and that are interested in producing content in that manner, where you come on a live stream and, you know, you have a beat maker making a beat for you and you're writing right away, you know, and you're getting straight to work. And then you guys connect right after the podcast and then you guys make the track happen and you have it ready for release on the next episode. You know, so you got to be dedicated to your craft for that. So I think that artists will definitely be interested in it. But it's going to take the right artist because you may have some artists that don't have that turnaround time. That you know what I mean?
That's very much true.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel, Angel?
I feel it's good. I mean, it's good, especially when it comes to having the artist in a turnaround time. Because I mean, when it comes to just like, because I mean, to be honest, like the beat is very simple and to be able to be made within a day, definitely. But But when you're able, because even just like the idea that I thought about it when I was writing the song, I didn't even really think of it being more of an aggressive kind of like feel out of it. I thought of it more of a chill feel until the writing got in, and then it became a little bit more of like the attack of the vocals came out a little more. Then, all right, then that's when I got into mixing mode, kind of changed things up.
Yeah, that's
like,
dope.
hey, this is where you kind of build this idea of the song and
So-
everything together.
So, Angel, what you're saying is that, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to understand it. So you had something laid down, right? And then once I sent you the vocals, you kind of took it to another level, correct?
Basically, yeah, it's just another step to the ladder, basically.
Right.
That's what it is, you know?
Angel had a better understanding of where the song was going, therefore, he could mix it appropriately. Because a lot of people don't understand that mixing is an art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a totally different form of producing itself. Like, especially with producers nowadays, like producers do not mix their own stuff. Like, especially famous producers you hear nowadays, they do not mix their own stuff. They definitely do not recommend doing it because they've been hearing the sound since day one. So they're not going to be able to have the fresh ears as somebody who's been sitting in a studio just working on only mixes of other people's stuff. So they have an idea of fresh ears of what they have no idea what the song sounds like, and they're listening to it the first time. So you're like, oh, that track could be a little different. This bass could be a little bit down, or this. But for a producer, it's a little bit tougher. Don't get me wrong. A producer could mix. There's a lot of artists, a lot of producers that do mix, but it's also, I also notice it's the timing thing for sure. Because if you produce a song, you don't want to just go straight into mixing, in my opinion. Yeah. Because you want fresh ears yourself. You know what I mean? You want to take a break from it.
So there's a difference between a producer and a beat maker, then, correct?
Correct.
There's a difference between a producer. There's a difference between a producer, a beat maker, and a mixing engineer and an audio engineer. You know, the beat maker could be just an instrumentalist himself that only makes beats. A producer is somebody who envisions the idea of the track itself. He says, "This is what the track should sound like." Mixing producer is a guy with the hands, man. He's a guy who's basically working on the tweaks and the sounds and isolations and stuff like that. You know, it's all, especially when it comes to like big tracks where you'll notice that it'd be probably 2 people on the cover, but you'll have 10 other people working on that track that's credited also. You know, it's a big game, and the bigger the support, the more power the song could be. So I mean, never know. Yeah,
for sure. So with all, I don't even know how to. I'm not good at intros yet, mind you. This is my 3rd podcast, so don't shoot me, guys. Let's just play the song
back there.
You know what I'm saying? I had to put the vibe back there, and actually, hold on, I got to put my charger on my shit. But what I want to do is let me play the song first.
Yeah, look, this song is called.
Yeah, do the intro, Jaooo. You're gonna be better than me.
Yeah, man. This song is called "Remember Me." So, you know, Angel started making the beat via live, and I got a soulful vibe from it right away. If you watch the last episode, I was explaining how a beat like that kind of pulls the storyteller out of you, you know, or kind of pulls that out of you where it doesn't need to. It's not a super hype song, you know. It's old school hip hop, boom bap, soulful. So I just started writing right away, and the song that we're about to play is what came out. I think it's a dope song. We did it in 3 days' time. I recorded it the day after Angel made the beat on live. And yeah, man, tune in, listen to it. I'm putting it on my SoundCloud so everybody can tune in and listen to it. We'll make sure we drop the link. And then, yeah, next episode, we'll just keep accumulating these awesome songs, man, for producers and artists that want to collaborate and get involved during this quarantine time. Salute. Tune in.
And I'm going to say that after the song. You ready? Yeah. Let's just play it. Let's just play it. Let's do it.
Turn that joint up.
Hey, shout out by the block. Koala, it's Jaooo. Hey, when it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. Don't wanna be forgotten, where they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused on fulfilling my destiny. Prophecies of a boy, I'm waiting for better me. And you can have it all. No, I ain't had it all. And you can have it all. No, I ain't had it all. Look, hey, yo, my whole life I struggled to be the person he made me. I thought that it was only me and had me going crazy. I realized that all of us are searching for the same thing. We fall short, we get salty like saline. And what if Simba never returned and became king? There'd be death and destruction just like gangrene. The point is that we all got purpose. If you know somebody struggling, you should call that person. At least encourage and edify Would you be upset if I told you that you tripping? Cause at some point they said you lied about yourself, then you got yourself. I've been a victim that listens, so I know how to tell. I took a lot of L's, that's a fact. What's more important is none of them held me back. I took a lot of L's, that's a fact. What's more important is none of them held me back. When it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. Don't wanna be forgotten, I pray they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. Prophecies of a poet, I pray for a better me. And you can have it all. No, I ain't mad at all. And you can have it all. No, I ain't mad at all. And when they bury me alive, I pray you remember this. We gotta break the curse like true love's first kiss. They put a spell on us, they wishing hell on us. I pray give you strength in your weak and frail moments. They told me I was broken and I almost fell for it, but I made it out. I gotta take a bow, cause I was really good at moving with the fakest smiles. I had to get out of the game like some flagrant fouls. And turn this track up and make it loud. We gotta face a joy and make it sound. The weight of the world, don't let it weigh you down. You can go and get your dream and you can wait around. But what if nothing happens? I got a bunch of passion and I won't let it go to waste. And you should probably tap in, we taking on. Potential unchained, I'm putting in the work so they remember the name. And when it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. Don't wanna be forgotten, I pray they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. Prophecies of a poet, I pray for a better me. And you can have it all. No, I ain't mad at all. And you can have it all. No, I ain't mad at all.
Yeah, buddy.
Man,
Yes, sir. Fire.
that was really dope, man. Just to see it from beginning to end, and like just to, man, I'm blessed to know people like y'all. I'm blessed
Salute,
to
man.
have the
Yeah.
have a platform to be able to do this on. I want to say thank you to y'all. Y'all are dope, man. Just thanks, man.
Gratitude. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So what I actually want to do, and just thinking about that, man, while we were just talking before the track, I wanna create a small, very cheap equipment list. If you're a fucking rapper, man, we want to get you involved. We want to get you to win. We want to get you to network.
Fire.
It ain't shit. You could get you a $60 blue mic, and you could even still use the headphones. And I'll reach out to me. I will show you how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Angel?
What's up?
You were gonna say something?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, but yeah. So like, we want to create a short equipment list to
Yeah,
get
word.
you a little bit more self-sufficient. Because once you realize that you can record with something small like that, you'll be like, what else could I get to make it better? And you'll grow and you'll become self-sufficient. And that's all
True,
what life is about.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I mean, like I literally I started like when I was like 12 years old on my mom's laptop, you know, just like something that shouldn't even be running any music software at that time.
Straight
You know?
up.
Make it, you gotta push it, you gotta go for it. You record off the laptop microphone, man, you know.
Because that's where the curiosity starts.
Like,
That's where it starts.
yeah, I mean, because you know, it's all about content most of the time, you know what I mean? Because even just like I'm a perfectionist, kind of like a perfectionist myself, so I take forever to release stuff, but like I mean, just because it's my fault for that, because you kind of put yourself out there. You gotta make sure you gotta get yourself out there. You know, it's all about content. Even if people don't hear 1 or 2 tracks that you've been putting out, you put out 10 of them. People are most likely going to hear more than what you got. You know.
And let me tell you a fun fact about this podcast. This microphone right here was my first microphone.
Nice.
It was less than $100. My mom bought it for me when I was like 13, 14 years old. And I have it to this day. It's just a basic USB condenser microphone.
Yeah.
I recorded countless amounts of songs since I was a kid in this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm using it today as a podcast.
Right.
You feel me? And I've upgraded. I have different upgraded blue mics and all types of shit. It's just like you have to start somewhere.
Yeah,
basically.
You have to start somewhere. So do we have any final notes?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit more about the process. Where do we want to go?
I want to ask Angel. I want to ask Quality. So for me, as an artist, as an MC, for other MCs or rappers recording from the crib, right? Recording from their house. The vocals that I sent you, what is the feedback that you can give me, or the constructive criticism on the vocals that I sent you, right? Is
They were,
that,
yeah, they were smooth. It was just a smooth process. I think it's really important to get clean vocals because it makes it easier for me to do my job because it was definitely easy just to go through your vocals and do that kind of stuff. The only hard part about messing with the vocals was messing around with the delays, stuff like
Sure.
that. But that's a fun job, a fun thing to mess around with. So
well, that's good. That's good news for me because I'm recording in my basement in a little studio room I set up on GarageBand. You know what I mean? And
what microphone are you using, by the way?
I have a Newman. I don't know what model it is. It's a mic that I got.
This sounds like a solid microphone you're using. I was about to say this does not sound like a cheap compressor. It sounds like it's rounded out and everything. So
It's crisp, man. And I got the eyeball. I got the eyeball in the back there, so that helps too, man. It
You got
blocks.
a Neumann?
I do.
Stop lying. Let me see it.
Hold on a minute. I'd have to take it off the stand and everything.
Okay. We'll after the pod.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Probably got a U87 maybe or something.
Yeah, yes.
Wait, is it a large one or is it a smaller one?
It's a condenser mic. It's
We talking about size
is there a big one or is it like small?
Papa, or you got, you know what I'm saying?
There's a large one that's a 87 and there's a small one that's what is it? 103. 103. It's called TLM 103.
And I'll be honest, now I look like a goofball because I don't know this, but I was blessed with it, man. One of my guys was letting me use it, man, because he knew I was trying to set up at home and I wanted to send vocals out to be mixed and mastered. So he would, I have a blue mic that I was using, and he's like, no, you know what I mean, like use this. I'm like, say less. So I don't know the technicalities behind.
I'm telling you, man. All I'm gonna say is that you have probably one of the rarest, expensive microphones in the market out there.
One of the most prestigious
that microphone, not a lot of producers or people have. Not a lot of studios can even carry that microphone. Like that microphone's been around for years. It's a high-end German microphone and
handmade.
Be very careful with that microphone.
No doubt.
That's another thing. Is that microphone? Whoever friend gave it to you, bless that dude for whatever he gave it to you, because that thing's got to be over a grand for sure.
If that man knew what he was giving you, then he really fucked with you, dude.
I think no, he does, and that's the thing. Like
that's the thing. He does. Yeah,
he messes with my content heavy, and he's a genius on his own. You know what I mean? So yeah. So salute to him.
We got to thank him personally for that one. That shit's really cool.
We'll make it happen.
Those are some really clean recordings I got, so I was really surprised.
And I asked the question thinking the opposite actually, because I'm not an audio engineer, right? I'm an MC, and I can do a little mixing and I can engineer a little bit, but I was asking that because I was recording the most basic vocal I could, making sure that my levels were not peaking and such. I don't know all the technicalities behind it, so I did my best to send you a clean vocal that you can work around. And that's good news for me to know that I'm doing that. You know what I mean?
That's all you needed to do right there. Just make sure you're not peaking, right? And just send them like that. And you going out to Neumann, the Neumann's going to do the work.
The more you hang around with producers and engineers, the more you're going to learn and become an engineer yourself. I mean, anybody can become an engineer and a producer, So it's just because, I was my friend from Tribeca. Her name is Brittany, and we have a little collaborative group called Sweetwoods. She's been making music. She's been working on Ableton for only about 2 years now, like hardcore 2 years now, and she's already almost at the level I'm at, just on producing and stuff like that. So her stuff's amazing. So
it just takes dedication. It takes that curiosity. Like if you really start off with that USB condenser that's under $100, man. Mm-hmm. There's reviews on YouTube. Even on Google that'll tell you which one's the best one. And just go for it. My thing is like, the whole all money in with Nipsey said, like, that shit is so true. You know what I'm saying? Just if you really want to do it, you know what I'm saying, you'll do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Fans are bust. Here go Brittany right here.
Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah. Hey Brady.
Shout out to Brittany. But other than that, man, this was a really good experience. Jaooo, do you want to announce who's coming up next week, this Friday?
Yeah, next week we have my big homie Big Bean, who was on the last episode chopping it up with Noel. Him and Coach E were on here chopping it up. So Big Bean will be an MC next week. My other brother Kifeto will be on here. He's a dope MC. He's a dope artist. He does videography. He's a dope photographer. He's just an all around dope artist as well. So he'll be producing live. Big Bean will be writing live, and then we're going to bring you some new content on the second episode or the second part of that podcast, of Noel's podcast.
There we go. So
Yeah.
And if you guys don't have, I'm gonna have Quality's all of his information there. You guys are gonna see Jaooo every fucking time, so it's not, you're gonna see his tag everywhere. But we're gonna have, and Quality is definitely gonna come back. He's definitely gonna be a regular as well. I'm gonna have everybody's social media tags and everything, so that you can reach out to them if you want to buy some beats from Quality. He's definitely available and has them bitches in the tuck. If you don't like the rap, my man Dale will gladly write your shit for you. For you know, a slight fee. So, from there, I think we're good to go, right? We'll see you guys next episode.
Song will be dropped on Ayooo, Jaooo. That's what the tag that's underneath my video right there. I'm gonna drop the song as soon as we get off here, so everybody can check it out in its entirety. Let us know what you think. Likes, comments, share it.
Yeah, man. I'm a terrible host, man. Right? Like, so the song is also going to be on the Audio Mac page as well.
That's right.
I was considering making a SoundCloud page, but I'm just going to keep it all Audio Mac, and as well as YouTube and Facebook, of course. So we'll see you guys soon. Anything else you want to say, Quality?
I just hope everybody stay safe. Everybody just honestly, just take advantage of this time. Be blessed in a way. I mean, you're with family. You're home. You get to be creative. Get to do what you want. Basically, you know, you never have this time like right now. We always complain about rushing everywhere. Never get to sit down.
Okay.
Yeah, and I haven't done this for any of my fucking episodes. Shop buytheblock.us. We got the shirts, we got the pants, we got the hats, we got the hoodies, and then we're actually we have a big surprise coming very soon. We're gonna expand the brand, have a lot of new different designs, etc., different collections. We have another one called Block Times. I'm just announcing that right now. This is the first time I'm announcing that. If there's any if anybody knows who Edwin Salgado is, Milk Breath, probably one of the most talented artists out of Chicago. Do some research on him. We're doing a collaborative project with By the Block called Block Times. Be sure to check in for that. Have fun, guys. Be safe. Love.
Yeah.
And it's not ending till right.